Well, our last quarter was our record quarter for revenue, and it was a great quarter, which is just showing that the parts that we're implementing over a period of time are finally starting to click in, both on the retail and the wholesale. Our brands still are the number one brands in every market that we're in.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is Jon Levine. He is the CEO of MariMed. And John, it's good to see you. How are you?
It's great. It's great to be back with you, seeing you guys again.
Yeah, it's been a little while for sure. And I know a lot of things have been going on within the company. We'll talk about that in just a bit. But for those not familiar, talk to me a little bit about MariMed.
MariMed is a multi-state seed to sale operation in almost every state that we're in. In Ohio is our only state where we just have retail, but we are fully vertical in all the other states that we're in right now. We're in Massachusetts, Delaware, Maryland, Illinois, Ohio, and we're continuing our growth of our brands.
Yeah. Last time you and I talked, we talked about the how the U.S. is set up and it's literally regulated state by state by state. So, talk to me a little bit about the industry itself. Is it gotten a lot better in moving from state to state, and how are things within the United States right now?
It really hasn't changed all that much yet,
Hmm.
but I do feel that with the rescheduling, especially of medical, which we just had our first DEA inspection, so it's pretty much still the states are running the programs. They're all a little bit different in every state in terms of what the requirements are. And I do feel that it's going to hopefully get better with the rescheduling and making it a little bit more streamlined.
Yeah. Tell me a bit about some of the parts of MariMed as far you mentioned you have retail, but you also have others as well. So tell me sort of the parts and what's really driving some of the growth that you've seen within the company.
Well, our last quarter was our record quarter for
Yeah.
revenue, and it was a great quarter, which is just showing that the parts that we're implementing over a period of time are finally starting to click in, both on the retail and the wholesale. Our brands still are the number one brands in every market that we're in. We're a leader with Betty's Eddies, and our Calm Fusion is coming along very strong also. So we're very excited that our expand the brand mentality is starting to make strides, but all the systems and programs that we've implemented at retail and wholesale are all starting to click, and that's why we believe that our revenue has gone up and we're getting better margins, and we're hopeful to just continue this growth.
And the one thing you've noticed about the industry you're in, John, is the fact that people are very brand loyal. They once they find something they like and enjoy, they tend to stick with it, and that's really very common within your industry, I think.
Well, it's not just our industry. That's just a normal part of knowing your brand. Most people are brand loyal, and that's why I've always said from when we first got into this, or my partner Bob said that, brands are the future. And we've concentrating on building our brands, not just the brands that we sell in our cannabis market, but also our retail brand. But the brands that we're selling, we're targeting consumers and what they're looking for to have that controlled medicine that they can use and know exactly what they're getting.
So let's talk about the months ahead now. So talk to me how you build off of this great success you've had in this latest quarter. I was reading, you've got theme stuff coming up or for seasonal stuff coming up as well. So tell me how you sort of keep the momentum going.
Well, again, talking about the brands, you have to keep your brands fresh. So we
Yeah.
bring in the seasonal items to keep our brands fresh. We change up the flavors, improve them, add some effects. It's our Betty's Eddies, which is one of our lead brands in every market. We have the sleep, which everybody vows is like the best sleep that they can get. But we bring back the pumpkin pie and the end of the year stuff for the seasonality. We just had our beach time Betties, and I think that that just keeps the products really fresh and keeps the consumer wanting to have more. And because you're kind of starving them of getting that on a regular basis, it makes them really want to come back and grab them at the seasonality. So it's a lot of fun, but it again, expand the brand is how we're going to grow this business and now and in the future, implementing new programs and controls at all of our operations are going to help us make improvements on how we deliver not just our our brands of edibles, but our flower brands.
Yeah. And lastly, you are traded on the CSE, MRMD, and also the OTCQB. And I'm just wondering, there's been a lot of companies that were all within the mix, so to speak, and now some of those have gone away, and it's more the established companies like yourself that are really sort of leading the way. And is that the word you're getting from investors as well when people are looking at your company?
Well, I think that people are really confused by our stock price, and that's part of the issue is that they look at our financials and they look at our stock price and valuation on the market cap, and they just say, how can these two things be the same? And they're
Mhm.
not. The problem is the cannabis markets are really low and that they were undervalued. But with the rescheduling in the US, there's been some activity of improvement. We're seeing some level, but we don't see a lot of investors right now jumping back into cannabis. But I do believe that with the rescheduling, you will see more people jumping in as this becomes more politically correct and okay to invest in.
All right. Well, we look forward to hearing more about that and also follow your story as it continues to develop, John. So good to see you again. Congratulations on the success, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Thank you. I really enjoyed it. Have a good day.
You as well. Jon Levine, the CEO of MariMed.